Hey everybody, and welcome back to another max velocity weather forecast. And in today's forecast, we'll be going over that severe weather outbreak that's expected tomorrow across portions of the United States. This could be the most extreme severe weather that we've seen since potentially this past March. I'll be giving you a latest breakdown on the timing, the intensity, the storms, and the threats to expect in this forecast. But before showing you the severe weather for tomorrow, I want to show you what's happening across the United States today, because this will play an impact into what we will expect tomorrow. First, beginning with the Northeast, we have currently a pretty strong high pressure ridge. This is only going to stay there for the next maybe 24 hours or so before it goes off to the Northeast. While on the other hand, we have a low pressure system, the trough that I've been mentioning, back over in Colorado. This is the one that's going to bring severe weather both tonight and as well as tomorrow to the southern plains, and as well as even the central plains going into tonight. So this will be a system to watch for very closely. On the other hand, for those over in eastern or western Colorado, and Wyoming, there is an ongoing snowstorm. So some of those areas have winter storm warnings ongoing. That is for the snow that they're seeing right now. Obviously, we are into November, so snow is a little bit more common now, and so there will be some snow on the back end of this trough. What does this all mean for the severe weather today? Well, there is a slight risk for severe weather tonight for southern Kansas, western Oklahoma, and as well as the panhandle of Texas. The main concerns will be damaging winds with any storms that do develop, and maybe a little bit of hail as well. I can't rely on an isolated tornado or two during the overnight hours, so make sure you have a way to receive alerts tonight, because this will be more of an overnight threat tonight. And the biggest severe weather day is expected to be Friday, which is tomorrow. We do have an enhanced risk of severe weather across northeast Texas, southeast Oklahoma, and southwest Arkansas. The main concerns will be damaging winds. We could see numerous damaging winds across a line of storms. Also, a little bit of large hail is possible. That's one of the least concerning threats right now. And also the potential for a few tornadoes, which a few of those could be strong, and that would be primarily in northeast Texas from about the DFW Metroplex all the way back through southeast Oklahoma. So big concern tomorrow will be damaging winds and potentially a few tornadoes, which again, a couple of those could be strong. So this will be a big day to watch. Make sure you have a way to receive alerts, and again, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. We will most likely be live tomorrow covering this on both YouTube and Facebook. Let's play it out hour by hour across each region, beginning with Kansas, and then we'll get to Texas. First, beginning with tonight, we will not see a whole lot of severe weather until going into a very early Friday morning. So the overnight hours, Thursday night into Friday, that's when we'll begin to see some storms develop across areas like central and southern Kansas. This could potentially pose the damaging wind threat that I've been mentioning, and maybe even a little bit of large hail. I cannot rule out an isolated tornado or two overnight, so make sure you have a way to receive alerts tonight. Going into the morning hours tomorrow, that cluster will move quickly off to the northeast as those upper level winds pick up, and then by tomorrow morning into the afternoon hours, most of the storm action will be in eastern Kansas, and then most of this region will likely dry out going into Saturday morning, with maybe some showers still remaining into the overnight hours Friday night. Now for North Texas, this is an area that will see a lot of severe weather tomorrow. The highest threats are here. There is a little bit of good news though. There will be a lot of cloud cover tomorrow morning as well as into the early afternoon hours. That could limit how much of the significant severe weather that we do see, because there will be some showers out there. This is noontime, for example. We're going to still see some showers, maybe an isolated downpour out there. That could limit how much severe weather we do see, but we are still expecting pretty much a severe weather outbreak either way. So by 1 to 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, we will have some showers and storms developing. A few of these storms could be severe as early as 1 to 2 p.m. By 3 to 4 o'clock, a lot more storm activity develops, especially across areas in eastern DFW, and as well as eastern North Texas will begin to have some more showers and storms that really start to fire up. A lot of these will likely be severe. By 5 to 6 o'clock, it becomes a bit more of an organized area of storms, and if any storms get out in front of this initial line of storms like this one here near Tyler, for example, we could very well have the highest potential for a tornado threat with those storms, which a significant tornado in terms of a strong tornado would not be ruled out with a storm like that. By 7 to 8 o'clock, this becomes a bit more of a line of storms, and by 8 o'clock, we'll have a secondary line of storms develop across areas like southeast DFW and across areas into areas like Waco and Austin. By 11 to 12 o'clock, that line moves off to the east, and eventually going into tomorrow morning, it'll impact areas back over in Louisiana. And it will be very humid tomorrow, and not just that, the humidity and as well as the temperatures will equivalent to a pretty high amount of buoyancy, which could create the potential again for some significant severe weather tomorrow. So definitely something to monitor very closely with these dew points and temperatures. It will play a pretty big impact into the severe weather potential for tomorrow. Now looking ahead ahead to the Midwest, we do have a potential, not really for severe weather, but at least some showers, maybe a couple of storms. We might have an isolated tornado threat maybe in Indiana heading into potentially maybe Saturday morning, but it seems like a very low threat right now. I would not really be that concerned about it. Just make sure you have a way to receive alerts. But going to Saturday morning, there's actually a possibility of a little bit of a mix of rain and snow on the back end of this trough that will be moving through areas like Iowa and Wisconsin. And this is a very quick moving trough. So this trough by about late Saturday afternoon will be out of the United States. I mean, it is going to be so quick from the southern plains all the way back through the Great Lakes region by as late as basically as Saturday night. So it's going to be a very quick moving trough. By Sunday, the entire Midwest will be cleared out from showers and storms. So big difference there. Temperatures over the next 7 to 14 days, nothing crazy is going to happen in terms of any cold blasts. There might be one heading into potentially next weekend, but it's pretty far out from now. We'll be keeping you updated with the latest on that. Rainfall totals over the next 7 to 10 days. There is not a whole lot being forecasted for areas in West Texas. On the other hand, almost the entire rest of the United States will be seeing some sort of rainfall. So some good news there. Highest rainfall is currently forecasted to be across the upper Midwest and back through the lower Mississippi Valley, and they really do need it. Make sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you're not already. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting.